All right, welcome to another episode of Hoops in the P.N.W. We're going to kind of take maybe a little bit of a right turn, left turn, of whichever you prefer, I suppose, and go at it with a little bit different angle with our focus. We've had a series of guests. I think we're up 12, 13, 14, something like that at this stage so far throughout the summer and late spring. And I know one of my big ideas was to try to get coaches on board that enjoy film as much as I do and watching some games and trying to live and learn a little bit, and at the same time maybe fill that gap that we're both missing, not being in any games right now for sure, because it's already got my head spinning watching some of the things I watched for about 10 seconds just 10 seconds ago. But I wanted to get on board and try a few of these. We're going to give this a test run, see how it goes. Again, don't expect anything professional by any stretch of the imagination. But we're going to play a little bit and have some fun, and I'm sure have a lot of angst as we go through
Yes.
our game from this past season. But I have Joe Marsh, good buddy of mine, on board today, and we're going to kind of walk through our game this past season. And if we have time, I'm going to agonizingly try to get myself through a chunk of our state semifinal game back at the state tournament 2013. We'll see how long this goes. But once again, love to have Joe Marsh on with us, and thanks for joining us again today.
This is great. Looking forward to it. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, should be fun. I need to force myself, usually this time of the summer, in a normal circumstance. We've gone through our Junes, and we've played a ton, and I always like to kind of, check in and go through things that, are we – as efficient as we can be. I like to go through that playlist and eliminate things we probably barely even ran, even though it was on my playlist every single time.
Right.
All the film from maybe this past season, what we can do better, what we can, improve on, and what things that I forgot about that I really liked. So August is usually kind of a big facilitator for that. How do you approach, film over the summer in terms of your squad and what you do with it?
Similarly, actually, it's a good time to just go, like you said, go back and kind of reflect on the season and kind of find some areas where we need to improve. And it's amazing when you go back. For instance, this game I had went back. We talked last week, and I went back and watched it again. You just get a different take every time you see it. You see so much more.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's great to go back and take. Like you said, August. I got some time on my hands. I go back and watch film. Like we talked about before, I'll go back and watch old film as well.
Yep.
Just to kind of take a look and see where we've been and remind myself of stuff we used to run that maybe I can bring back, things like that.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a good time for that, and I think it's really helpful.
Yeah. No, I got into the 2013 one that you sent me, and gosh, I'm just kicking myself. We look so stagnant in the second half and standing around hoping Brooke's going to bail us out, and for some of our kids, our eyes are getting too big for the moment, and it's just this train wreck of disasterness, and I just kicking myself watching it. But it's exactly what it's for,
Yeah. Well, it's amazing though. Once you start watching the film, how much you get right back into the moment, and you can start to remember things that you don't just generally remember.
Yeah.
But when you start watching film, you're like, oh, that's right. Here we go. So
yeah, no, exactly right. No, the second I turned it on, butterflies in the stomach, and I'm just cringing as the moments are rolling along.
Yep.
But it's good, you need that to kind of catch up. But in some of the basic things that we were doing, what was that, 7 years ago now? I'm like, why aren't we doing that anymore? Why aren't we running that anymore? So you're exactly right. Kind of bring some of that stuff that you're running back, just a few years ago, and got to put that back in. People have forgotten that by now. So
yeah.
Awesome. Well, today we're going to get into our game from, December 6th, 2019. We ended up getting lucky and pulling it out late and winning by 3. And it was a string of really close games that we had throughout this season, a couple overtime games. And we really lived and learned quite a bit early on in the season. It was our first game. I think I mentioned on our episode, it was like game 2 for us. It was actually our first game. So to open up at your guys' place any time of the season, but to open up the season with it is going to be a massive challenge. And in fact, I was reflecting on this when I was thinking about this game. We actually were supposed to open with Eastside Catholic on that Tuesday before you guys. We were actually supposed to open our gym there. Of course, Eastside Catholic being, a top 4 team in the state 3A. And I thought, shoot, gosh, what a gauntlet to open the season if that had actually, panned out or happened. Because they were going to open our gym, and then they ended up, they were in a winter tournament, so they had to drop it. And it didn't quite work out that way. But nonetheless, we got to see you guys play Seattle Prep earlier in the week. and a good one. But as we talk about all the time, always a tough place to play coming your way. And game one, game two, I don't know what it takes for you guys, but I know for us, it usually takes 3 or 4 games before our kids really kind of settle down and go play. Do you get that same vibe with your kids?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that first week is, we had a really tough first week, as well. This was game 3 for us. So we had played Monday night at Seattle Prep at home, then went up to Burlington in a tough
Yes,
game.
that's
Another
right.
good team played them. So
Yep.
this was a really tough first week for us. I think it was really good for us, obviously, because again, we had some high expectations coming into the season. We really wanted to kind of challenge ourselves. And, like we talk about all the time, Arlington Lake Stevens is always going to be a battle no matter what time of the season.
Yep.
And so we knew, although I'm not going to lie, I felt pretty good that we had a couple games under our belt. You did.
Yeah. Yeah. No
And we
question.
play, before we get into this game, one of the things, obviously, that we have to deal with you guys is your size. And I felt like that Seattle Prep game really helped us with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I thought it would. It would at least prepare us for the size discrepancy. And then, I know we can talk more about this when we get started here. But yeah. So it's a first week for us. And again, another big game. And, so it was good. We learned a lot.
Now, do you, in general, when you're scheduling non-conference games, do you have a philosophy that you'd like to – I mean, I know for us, we kind of would like to have an easy one to get through those jitters in game one and get everybody some time and, not necessarily have to stress about winning the game per se, right, because you feel like you're going to.
Right.
Does it depend on maybe certain years and certain groups, that kind of thing? Do you have a philosophy there?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's nice to get one early where you can just kind of, not necessarily ease in, but get a game under your belt before you really hit the hard ones. This season, we really felt like we wanted to challenge ourselves and up our schedule strength because we know we thought we could compete for a state title, really, and we wanted to make sure we had as much experience as we could. That maybe, we have some league games that aren't the best, that aren't going to help us, and kind of replace that.
Right.
The Seattle Prep game was Brian and I played a couple times this summer. We've been wanting to play each other, and we couldn't find a game. We couldn't find a place in the schedule to do it. And he finally said, "What about Monday?" I'm like, "Let's do it." What the heck?
Yeah,
so it really wasn't. We hadn't planned it that way. We already knew we had a tough week with Burlington, and then you guys coming in our gym Friday. So I just said, "Okay, here we go, girls. You want to be ready? You want to be good? We'll get tested the first week."
Yeah, no, I love it. We do a lot of that kind of thing with like camps, like team camps during the summer. We'll pick kind of based on our personnel and group, if you've got most of your stuff in, like for us, our plan was to go to Gonzaga this summer and probably even next summer too, because honestly, we just need to play.
Right.
Whereas, you go through those lean years where you're introducing a ton of new stuff to kids, and
right.
Western does a great job of giving you time to really work through all those different disciplines. Same thing with the schedule. You want to make sure you get your kids some confidence. And so for those that are looking at, non-conference games and, what that's going to look like, I think we kind of share that same philosophy. Schedule tough if you got the right team to do it, and not necessarily worry about the win or loss because you're going to be okay. And at the same time, if you got one that's going to struggle, probably important to get a win underneath your belt just so you can kind of move forward. So. Awesome.
I think it's good to get those struggles out of the way early too. Sometimes you're going to have nights when you struggle.
Yes.
And I think especially early in the season when it's rusty and it looks sloppy, sometimes it's good to get those out. Just like kind of get through those before you can actually start. Get things running smoothly.
Very fair. Yeah, no question about it. I like it. Good stuff. So we're gonna get into our game for this past season, I should say. Again, game 1 for us, game 3 for you guys. So there, I feel like I get a little bit of advantage. Of course, always tough to play at your places. You guys are going to see, always a full gym anytime Lake Stevens, Arlington gets going. We're going to kind of share this. We're going to see how this goes. We'll probably have some banner back and forth, and we'll see how functional this thing is. So let me go ahead and share my screen up here real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and optimize that. And hopefully, Joe, you have this on your end.
Got it.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Do I need to get the tip here? Probably. Even though it goes out of bounds. All right, here we go. So let's see. Quarter-wise, it looks like we get up to a decent start, but you guys, obviously both sides are going to be pretty comfortable with whatever we bring to the table. You anticipating zone from us out of the gate?
Yes, probably. Again, with your matchups with your bigs, I figured we'd see some zone that night for sure. So I wasn't surprised by that. It's actually always interesting for me to see how you guys defend us because of our, just the size thing. We're all guards for the most part. And,
Right.
you have some significant size. So it's always interesting to see that kind of matchup defensively, what you do and what we're going to do against you.
Sure. Well, it's a little bit like the Houston Rockets and the Milwaukee Bucks the other night. Houston's
Right.
deciding to go entirely small and, hey, go ahead
Yep.
and get your buckets inside. We're going to shoot 63s. I meant to text you.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Boy.
Although we get 42 up in this game, so that's pretty good for a high school kid.
It was very good. Very good. You'd have gotten to your 60 in a 48-minute game, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Now, I always sense, at least early, and I can feel this already. Both teams are going to have those nerves early, and
oh yeah,
those casual mistakes.
Yep.
Now, for you guys, and I'm going to rewind this just a second. So for us, we've decided we're going to eliminate our two bigs at the back end.
Right.
You're not putting anybody on the ball to help with these two. Our biggest philosophy here, our approach is just to try to clear out space, and we figure if we can't do it with three,
mm-hmm.
then we're going to be in trouble anyways.
Right. So
go ahead.
Our philosophy, we really never guard the inbounder. Our goal is we want the ball out of Regan's hands here.
Yeah.
So we do this a lot where we'll double the other point guard just to make sure somebody else gets the ball to start with. So that's our thinking there. And by the way, you have two strong guards, so it's not necessarily that because Baylor's getting it, we're in great shape, but we really try to limit Regan's touches in transition as much as we can, which we do a terrible job of in this game, just so you know.
Right. Well, late we'll get to that.
Yes.
More of that.
Yeah.
Oh, quick. Boy. Good box out there. Oh, boy. Now, one of these here, this kind of came to bite us. We saw this against Eastlake playoff-wise. We love to play in transition, and obviously you guys do too. But we had more teams than not really try to get things over the top. And my hunch is you're just trying to beat our bigs down the floor if you can get an easy opportunity.
Yes, for sure. Well, that was one of our big deals is, we want those two to run as much as possible.
Right.
And Corey in particular gets up the floor really well. But I think, just sometimes if we can take, like, for instance, right there, she does a really good job of that. But we feel like we have to try and take advantage of that.
Yeah.
From our end.
No foul there? Man, blow that whistle. Get us the N one here. We're at A-Town. We need everything we can get.
Well, you don't need anyone that night. You got plenty of them. But
that's why we got to play you guys early. See, I'm already complaining over here. Come on, you got to give us that whistle.
Don't love that shot.
Yeah. Where are we going right there? What?
Called a carry, I guess.
Carry? Shep sees it soon, though. Oh, yeah, maybe. Now, one of the challenges, though, is we don't get quite entirely back. I mean, I guess to some degree, Corey's leaking out instead of I'd be on her about trying to get going.
Right.
Right. In the way. All right. So what we've done in the past, and obviously with teams, like you guys have bigs that can manage inside if they have to play inside. You got girls that can do it. I mean, obviously not the ability to match up with our two per se, but when we've run into teams that have everybody that can shoot it from out there, we usually will play 2-3 pretty wide, and then just try to challenge. Now, obviously, we still gave up a boatload of threes here, but we almost want to force that medium range.
Yeah.
Tough jumper.
We actually see a lot of this where teams will run that zone and push it out wide to try and get us off the line.
Sure.
That's why you see this. We put Haley at the high post here.
Yep.
Just to kind of, obviously if you're going to come out and try and trap us there, she can really knock down that 15-footer, which is not that common, I think. So it gives us another weapon.
For her, this seems like a money shot for her. I mean.
Oh, it is. She's a great shooter from that. Yeah. Like I said, we let Haley shoot that mid-range. She's really good at it, and Shep is pretty good at that pull-up too. So they're really the only two, for the most part, that shoot it.
Now a little bit like Washington zone where they give up that 15
Yeah.
footer, and if you're going to knock that
Right.
down with some consistency, then you're going to win. More times
Right.
than not. We've gotten into a lot of horn stuff recently. Probably will continue. I don't know if I like
Yeah,
that
us
per
too. I
se.
really like a lot of horns, a lot of stuff to run out of it. I like the spacing,
Yeah.
but we've run a lot of it.
Okay. So, but horns here. Granted, Reagan kind of has the green light anytime being a
Sure.
senior here, but
That's not what you're looking for. Is that right?
no, I
Tell
mean,
me.
shoot. Okay, well, one, you didn't use the screen here, but if I'm Reagan here, if point guard, and I see this kind of space, there's green light to
Right.
the official here. Man, let's get
Right.
downhill and force some
Yeah.
reaction. Whether it's strong side. Now, are you a strong side? Hey, you going to stay home on shooter? Or helps coming from the weak, or
Helps coming week. Typically, we will not help on that shooter, although it's really difficult to get kids not to do that.
yeah, right,
But it helps us the way we play, that we want people to help from that strong side, and then we'll kick it to that corner for the shot. So we really try to use that just so we don't want to give up that easy three. We're going to have to get the help there early from the weak side.
sure. Get through free throws here. Now, free throws wise, let me see. This is a big number.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to know that? Do you remember that number?
Oh, I remember the number. Yes,
We didn't shoot them particularly well. We shot 42 of them.
I know. To our 9.
Yeah. Which, for us and the amount of threes, that's actually going to be a focus for us. We need to get to the free throw line to
For
kind of
sure.
balance it out,
And I don't get too much in discrepancies because that happens to us a bit.
Right.
Just the way we play.
Right.
42-9 I felt like was bigger than I would normally like, but some of it's just the reality of how big you guys are and the way styles of play.
Sure. Well, and then furthermore, I say this jokingly all the time. It's a big reason why I like to play you guys early in the season. As we know with officials, they're always eager with the whistle, and
Yep.
it's everyone's first few games out and getting rocking and rolling. And whereas later in the season, you get some things to loosen up a little bit. And
for sure. Yeah, we know we're going to get some fouls called early in the season with our pressure.
Right
about it.
Now, I know that Adam Barrett at Auburn Riverside kind of had this philosophy when they were a pressing team and maybe a run and jump to some degree quite a bit, where they felt like, hey, the officials aren't going to call every single foul, so
sure.
stay aggressive and this is how we play. Do you kind of have that same idea in mind?
No doubt about it. Can you rewind that back again? That last
for sure.
Where you all the way back to where you guys get the rebound, or I take the ball out of bounds. Okay, so stop it there for a sec. Just
okay.
I want to go over this. What was your question again? Before I talk about
that. No, I was just saying, like with.
For sure.
Fouls wise and so on and so forth.
We know they can't call them all. Mm-hmm. And for us, this is really a philosophy thing for us. So you guys have the ability to be super physical because you're big and strong.
Sure.
We're not. So this provides us a way to be physical. I think teams don't like to play against us.
Yep.
Because we are physical, but we're it's not like we're going to pound you in the paint, but we're going to be physical out all, for 84 feet.
Sure.
And get up in you and pester you and that sort of thing.
Sure.
So it's definitely part of what we do. And so this case here, this is one thing. And if you watch this rest of this game, you'll see this a lot. And Reagan does a really good job of this. You guys did a good job tonight. We say all the time, make them catch it coming to the baseline. We're not going to get a steal every time. And we sometimes we get greedy. It's like, make her come to the ball and then catch it. Then we can get in our stuff. Especially Regan, if she's catching it over the top like she does here, we're in trouble.
Right.
Because now we're chasing and you have an elite
downhill,
ball handler in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's what happens here. And this is, one of my conversations at halftime that obviously didn't help us in the fourth quarter too much.
Well, one of those things too, we'd played you guys at Snohomish, I think last summer. Or maybe even 2 summers ago, in fact, where we just were struggling. We were going the conventional press breaker route like we typically like to do.
Right.
And, it's bringing 2 more people to the table. And so in a timeout, I'm like, okay, we're just going to do this with 3. We're going to send you 2 out of here. And go ahead.
A lot of teams do that.
Yeah.
A lot of teams will send their bigs deep. and I understand that. It opens up that middle of the floor a lot where we have to really make an effort to cover. And, we've really been telling our kids guarding back there that you can't follow them to the baseline down the other end and let these three do all the work.
Right.
So yeah, she catches over the top here. Couple things about this one right here. So she does what she does. That shot by Cam right there,
you can live with.
We'll take it all night long.
Yeah,
and if we rebound it.
Right.
And it's interesting if you watch this first half, when you watch it, you'll see we get some of those shots, but your kids knock them down in the first half or you get the rebounds out of them. And if we don't rebound out of these,
right. Yep.
It doesn't help us. But if we get that shot and a rebound, we're good with that all the way.
Yeah. Well, those are tough. I mean, tough little 8-10
they're tough shots. They're early in the shot clock in transition.
Medium range, yeah. And for me, I'm totally content with that because, again, I can't stand giving up threes. So I'm comfortable with if Haley's going to hit 22s right there, then she's going to hit 22s. We've just saved 20 points because we haven't given up a 3-point basket. Oh, go baseline, kiddo.
Yep.
Go right back to the guards and put it on the floor, brother. A good extra one.
Yeah, we actually get some good possessions in this first half. We just it doesn't go down. And again, nice outlet.
Yeah. So one of the things here, we've subbed in pretty early with Emma Lund, the dark hair girl. She plays a post for us.
Yes.
For Corey, because you guys kind of forced our hand to where we have to play small here. Corey gets a little worn out, but it's our time to try to mix some people in. And granted, it's game one, so we're not certainly dead set on any rotations by any stretch. But, just to try to help with the speed of the game and so on and so forth. But, her ability, she kind of has that knack to just kind of be persistent and, they're just being in the play, unfortunately getting another possession out of the deal. Now, my hope is for this year in particular is doing a much better job of, okay, so we see Cam in there, right? And granted, your kid's digging.
Yeah.
Let's take a little recognition right here. If I'm Emma on this far side and popping out, let's reverse that, give her a post up and go score.
Right.
And on Cam's behalf, she kind of gives up on it herself. Like, I just didn't get it. And then, you guys have succeeded in that front.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say this. Mackenzie Gage is 5'10" if she's lucky, whatever she is. But she's one of the hardest working kids, and she just loves the battle down there, especially when she has a challenge of bigs. So she's really physical, and I feel like sometimes some kids will just give up on that rather than fight for that position. And like you said, bury her down there. Yep. And by the way, we front everything when we're supposed to.
Sure. Oh, didn't wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is good. So this is the second time I've seen this. So for us, we actually saw that Eastlake did this quite a bit. Maybe Eastlake, they probably watched this film. So we would see like this overload. You've kind of split Chloe with two people. And Chloe would always struggle with this where, yes, we wanted to go get the basketball. But, Kira makes one extra one, and Jenna's got a pretty good shot there. Is that kind of by design with an overload there?
Yeah, well, this one probably not by – this is in transition.
Sure.
We do like to throw that skip in transition because I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on defenses with those long closeouts.
Right.
And we have a zone offense that overloads like that where we really want like Chloe there to come out and guard Kira because then they have to decide if Cam has to come out and try and guard the corner, we're going to get those open looks all night.
Right.
Kira should have gone one more here to Jenna.
Yep.
But
and that's just Reagan anticipating. So Haley's already got it cooking. I mean, shoot, she's got something herself right here. Come on, Cameron.
Another quick shot there.
Yeah, and from Emma, you would take that. I mean, that's
for sure.
That's somebody you want shooting that. One thing, kind of going back is we're running to the rim instead of going to get a butt on somebody.
Right.
A poor gamble.
Yeah.
And then one thing we really, especially, and this is early, I'm going to equate a lot of this to early season too,
Sure.
is we don't stay slightly behind the ball. Chloe's kind of up and maybe gives Jenna a better angle to go get a steal there if we're haphazard the pass. Haley is on a good closeout, and Emma just hits a shot there.
Yeah, tough shot.
All right. Now, I didn't watch enough of you guys late. Did you start Jenna later in the season?
No, we actually we started her in the state tournament. Actually, Shep hurt her knee.
Yep.
Late. I forget which game it was. She was out for a couple weeks. I actually didn't think we were going to get her back. Shep is our senior guard, just graduated this year.
Great kid.
4-year varsity kid.
Great kid.
And so she came back, and I thought she was probably pushing it.
Yeah.
Coming back, but I was like, let's see what you can do. I'm bringing you off the bench, because she wasn't ready at that point. But then we got to Tacoma, and I had to let her know. I said, listen, we're just going to start Jenna right now because, it's just the way things are working. I don't think you're 100%. So she actually, I was really happy. We ended up starting her in the Eastside Catholic game, her last game. We get a win. And she was healthier than she actually – it was great. Yeah, it actually worked out really well.
Love it.
By the way, great story on that. Jenna comes to me before that Eastside Catholic game, says, I need to talk to you. She goes, I think Shep should start. That was beautiful.
No. Yes.
And I was like, okay, I was going to do it anyway, but it makes it even better. So
Love that. So we've got a few possessions of sloppiness, which is going to happen between the two of us. We get a little loosey-goosey, and again, still early season. But, okay, so we got Reagan on the run, which is fine. But, man, a tough, contested boy. Now, again, she gets some rope because, she's a senior, but yikes. Now, one thing we tried to do as much as we possibly could was, I'm going to rewind this all the way back, was try to not get Reagan to have the ball so she'd end up being the cutter here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now it's in her hands downhill instead of maybe like Baylor or Monet in that case. And
no, that's actually we recognize that, which I think was a good tactic, to be honest with you.
Whereas, if you have her like most teams would, you have your best ball handlers behind it.
Right.
And, they never get it back because maybe someone else is taking up that shot early. And
see, we're in our different pressure here.
Yeah.
We changed it. This is not our run and jump. This is our 2-on-2 that has some of the same principles, but we try to disguise it a little bit.
Boy, that's tough. Contested, and I'm going to throw that up.
I mean, those for us, just, those are the kind of shots we love for teams to take, if they, you know what I mean, in transition against our pressure.
Well, and you've created pace. You want that. Again, you're going to take your chances on teams making, less than 40% of those, and all of a sudden you're in business, and more possessions for you guys means more opportunities. There's that baseline jumper.
Yeah, which she knocks down.
Yeah. And again, we're talking about kids for us. I'm a little surprised. We've got two kids that have hit 2 8-footers that I've never seen take those in practice so far this year.
Yeah. Another decent look. They're just not falling tonight.
Right.
Although we had one before that went down in transition.
Sure.
We actually try to get a lot of looks for threes in transition because, obviously when teams play us, they know they're going to try and you have to defend the 3-point line. But I feel like we can get a lot of open looks in transition before defenses are there or if they're trying to guard the rim, depending on how they do that.
Right.
We tend to get a lot of open looks in transition that we'll live with.
Now, I know for us, we, game one, we're trying to get a lot of people in, and I know with as much up tempo as you guys like to play, we're trying to get, everybody some minutes, but also to try to help us be somewhat rested by the time the fourth quarter rolls around.
Sure.
Becomes that huge point of emphasis of, okay, hey, this is our chance to get people in and keep a couple of core kids on the floor just so we can manage hopefully any sort of run here. And it seems like a free throw opportunity. We've tried to do so.
And one of the things we really tried to, and I think this is a hard thing as a coach with high school girls, is we really want to try and take advantage when you go to your bench.
Yep.
When the Regan comes out or Cam goes out, like this lineup here.
Yep.
Even though Regan's in, it's just not nearly as big as, so it's trying to get kids to recognize those things. It's not always the easiest thing to do. Right. But it's something we keep an eye on.
Oof, Tough finish.
Tough shot.
Yep. Now, one of the things that we try to emphasize, Cam does a really good job of this. Emma, this is just a good instinct. Was one thing that we kind of went into this was, if you don't want to see their pressure, then we need to make outlets. We need to look at outlets to half court to where it's someone downhill, and as we'll see later on, instead of playing 5 that are coming after you, there's 2 or
Right.
3 on 3 or something that's where the floor is a little more spread and maybe you got some people trailing, but it's not a daunting task of trying to face 5 bodies here.
No, I think you guys did a really good job of that. That's something we had to try to make an adjustment to, is that long outlet pass. And when you have somebody like Cam, as tall as she is, and she's a good passer, that's hard to defend.
Right.
And it's trying to get kids to find, let's say, you got to find Regan right now when that shot goes up. You don't need to know where she is. It's hard to do. I mean, you could say it and talk about it in practice, but the kids just don't naturally do that, I don't think. They're looking at the ball.
Yep. Now, one of the things that we've seen multiple times now, and we've struggled with this, like, okay, we're supposed to be guarding somebody, we missed a free throw, and it's haphazard, and we're giving them clean looks. I mean, frankly, we dodged a few bullets here in the first quarter. No one's stopping the ball,
No, I feel like we got a lot of good looks. They just did. I'm like, that's a great shot there. Kira does a better job of engaging that defender than making that pass like she didn't do before. I'll take that look all day with Jenna shooting that. So.
Now, do you give the statistic on rebounds? I give this all the time. The girls get tired of hearing it, but it's true. 70% of shots end up on, that start up on one side, end up on the other.
Oh, yeah. We talk about it quite a bit. And the number of threes we shoot, we talk about long rebounds a lot. Those guards rebounding at the free throw line like that right there.
Yeah.
Just a way for us to kind of take advantage. Because, we're outsized and outmanned underneath.
Yeah.
We got to get those kind of rebounds there.
Let's see. Man, I'm looking at this. There's not one box out. It's just allowing like a free run to go get a ball. Brutal. Put a butt on somebody.
Yeah.
And we would struggle too with our top 2 guards up there. You guys would have 3 across, and how do you manage that back and forth? And then of course when you throw a skip, having that anticipatory. Okay, so Emma should drop here. Keely's there. We want you to show until you guys have 3 across the top, and that's a great driving kick. Here's a shot to the other side. Offensive rebound. Oh, brutal. Good screen there too. Yeah. Totally dodging bullets at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, good run out. Good pass there. So what I liked here, and maybe this is at the expense of, you get caught. This is a good clip for this. So you guys like to surround rebounds when you can. Do you have philosophy there? 2, 3, whoever?
I actually don't. So in this situation, Jenna should be back.
Okay.
Well, depending on where she is, if she's in our press, like we will press on misses, and we just try to match up with the ball. We get caught here, just Chloe takes off and you guys beat us down the floor. That's
sure.
At the end of the quarter, not real happy with that. We got to play that one probably a little bit safer, which is hard to ask kids to do when you're, when it's not what we do. So I'm not really, I can live with it. You missed a layup. Hopefully,
Sure. All right. So after 1, we're up 6. I think the biggest thing that I'm excited about right now is we're in the bonus the rest of the half.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I'm not very excited about. I feel here, I'm not happy we gave up 17 in the first, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You guys got some easy buckets that we obviously need to take care of. We can't just give up easy buckets all night. And, I feel like we got open looks. We just didn't knock them down.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty, on that end, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. And down 6. I mean, shoot, 3 quarters to go. That's nothing here. Now, this is where you guys really make a run. And of course, we're trying to, how long can we last with this group that we ended the quarter with? Trying to buy
this is,
rest and time,
Right. This is a group, we would say we need to turn the pressure up here.
Yep. Good board. All right. Free throw time. Come on, Carmen. All right, we'll get to zip through these. This will be good. Now, free throws wise, you guys shoot a lot of them, practice wise?
This is an eternal fight between me and my assistants.
Yeah.
We've gone back and forth between not shooting them. Like really, the one year I was like, I don't even think we should shoot them because they're not helping us at all.
Right.
Which sounds ridiculous, but I was like, I'm not sure if it. We had a several year stretch where, 2013 we get to the state championship and we shot about 60%.
Yeah.
Which is brutal.
Right.
We found somehow ways to make them work, but so we do shoot them. I don't spend a ton of time on it, but we try to shoot them every day because my assistants kill me if we don't.
Good extra one.
Another good look.
Yep. Now this is your. You guys call this hammer?
Let's see.
I mean, I've seen this man-wise. This girl sets a screen, a little drive and drift pass when it comes back.
No, this
around.
is actually just our regular zone offense here, but
Okay.
we run this. I'll be honest with you. We run that hammer look every day in practice.
Yeah.
It's like we work on it. Like we work on the pass and we work on that screen. So that
Yeah.
I don't think that wasn't a call. We
Got
just
it.
have a deal.
Sure.
We want that opposite corner filled at all times, and if we can get that hammer screen, we're in good shape there. I've actually found it to be effective against a 2-3 sometimes when you get that look and you can pin that low defender.
Right. Oh, just dodging bullets right now. There's just no way to. We have these two. I've said this a couple times already, but we're just scramble. Okay, who's got that? Chloe's got 3 people. It seems like, and brother.
I feel like one of our strengths in this group is our ball movement has been great.
Yeah.
And that really puts pressure on zones because those guards just have to cover a lot of ground, especially because we have multiple shooters. If you have 2 kids who could shoot it, you can cover that a lot easier.
Right.
If you have 3 or 4 kids, right now we got 4 kids who will shoot a 3 on the floor right now, and that's hard to guard.
So right here, because we're throwing the ball over the yard, this is where they're like peeking at me, like, "Are you gonna call timeout right now?" And I'm like,
Right.
"You're gonna live and learn, kiddos."
It's game 1. Get through it.
And then finally bail them out.
Oh, there you go.
Brutal. Trying to throw over the top. Seeing if you make that one pass, now we got that advantage. Keely just didn't want to do anything with that. Banked.
No rebound again.
Yeah. We're both kind of doing the stare and watch. And
one of the things I was really frustrated about in this game, like I said, the Seattle prep game was a great preparation for you guys, and we did an outstanding job of boxing out and rebounding in that game, and basically played them even on the boards, which is for us a win.
Right.
So I was really frustrated this game where we just did a terrible job of block. I think you guys were plus 20 overall rebounding or something like that.
Yeah, let's see. 54 to 35. Yeah, 19 there. Good turn.
Cam's just so hard to guard when she catches it down there.
Well, and for us, this is game 1 for her high school career.
Right.
So
that's right.
We're really intrigued to kind of see how this thing goes, and for her, just
the killer.
Oh my gosh, you can't call that a charge. Up 10, a chance to go up 12 right there, then and 1. Oh, yikes.
So this is really an interesting tale of 2 halves here. I didn't realize you guys were plus 10 here.
Yeah.
And then we make a run, and then the same thing kind of happens in the 4th quarter.
Well, you think about the end of end of the first quarter there with a bucket potentially. I mean, there's just a few where internally I'm like, man, we can be realistically up 15 right now, and they're hanging around. And as we're gonna find out, middle of quarters, I think you guys outscore us 34 to 19.
Yeah.
We get a little shot happy, and I think we get a little tired because we're not in game shape yet.
Yeah. See, now that's a tough foul there. It's actually a good foul because she's going to get a layup, but we're in the bonus already, so.
Yep. Now, do you guys talk about that? We talk about this a little bit too, where, we have what we call playoff rules.
Yeah.
And where we don't give away layups. I'd rather see them shoot 2 free throws than, give up, a basket there. And believe it or not, it's won us playoff games.
Oh, for sure. We talk about it a lot. One of the things that frustrates me the most is when you get the little touch foul down low and then they get the and one. Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to foul somebody, get it, make sure they don't get a layup.
Right.
Nothing dirty or anything, but it's got to be
take the ball, make it, make them shoot 2 up, and no, it's been, and then we have an addendum to that's called the Leah Tate rule, where we had these playoff rules in play, and hey, no layups, and Leah, 4 fouls. We're playing MP back in whatever 2007, and it's early fourth quarter, and she's really the only point guard we have. We don't have anybody else, and she's 5'2", great kid. She turns it over and then fouls the girl, and there's again 6-7 minutes to go in a playoff game, and she fouls the girl. It's her 5th foul. I'm like, Leah, that's your 5th foul. You said no layups. I know I said no, but you can't foul out. It was just brutal. So that's a Leah Tate addendum to that.
Yeah, that's good. It's amazing. You have to come up with all the loopholes and everything just to make sure they're covered.
So this is nervous time for me.
Yeah. See, this is wake up time for us. I feel like we've got a good group on the floor. We're getting some pressure. We're getting out and running a little bit, and then you get that.
See, and we do a poor job of, we're too worried about, for us anyways, we're too worried about the high post there.
Yeah.
Oh, see, these kind of opportunities. Brother. Where, again, I don't mind if we give up the 15-footer, but collapse it down when you guys want to shoot a bunch of those from 20. Oh, Cam, just turn. Shot to take. Now, I don't know about you. I know sometimes, we really emphasize what we call special teams, baseline, set out of bounds. Have you come across where you feel like that's won you games, maybe if you haven't shot it real well or you haven't got your transition?
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. We had a sideline out of bounds play that Haley scored to beat Shorecrest in the quarterfinal this year. We had put it in late in the season and got 2 buckets out of it that game. And that, to me, that's a success.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had some – it's interesting. Over the years, we've had some success with – I don't run a lot of sideline out of bounds stuff. Most of the time we'll just enter into our stuff. But late in the season, I always put something in so we have something to go to.
Sure.
And we've had some success in Tacoma, actually, in running some of that stuff in big moments.
Oh, jeez. Girls. See, this is the stuff that drives us nuts. Come on. Coaches can unite on this kind of thing. A free – now I'm going to give Cam the benefit of the doubt. First game. But
sure.
Okay.
That's it, yeah.
All right, another one.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. But see, these are the things. Okay, so we've had 2 or 3 of those. So instead of 7, it could be 12 or 13. But you guys are hanging around and at home with energy and get through these here.
That's just a killer when we don't rebound those free throws. It's just then we get another and one.
Should be and one.
Should be, yes. Great pass.
Emil. And those, for us, like offensive rebounds off free throws, that would be a film session for us. Where did we miss? Where did this go wrong here? But still 7. So you absorbed that little stretch, right? That 3-4 possession stretch, and then you look up and things haven't changed. Good pass.
Oh,
it's a great look.
Yep. Again, early season fumble.
Yeah, for sure.
Another shot we'll take,
and
another offensive rebound.
And now what's happening though is we were in control early and getting shots that we want. We really haven't run much in terms of possessions now, and so you guys have successfully sped up the game.
Yes.
To where our shots have gotten a little quicker. We've just survived on some offensive rebound stuff and to some degree some free throws, and now you look up and you guys are down 5.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the pace of game is where we want it right now. Even even with some of those
turnovers, we're back and so in this is where you guys get your shots. It's comfort zone stuff.
Yep.
We're trying to match somewhere.
No, we're big on our early offense in transition. That's a big thing for us. And again, a lot of threes, either layups or threes. If we can get
Yep.
Mackenzie Gage out running the floor and getting a layup, or Joe, whoever, or Kira, who does a really good job of that. Haley's typically a really good passer down the floor,
Shoot.
or we can, get some open looks and 3-point line.
This right here, you have any player that can do
Nah, yeah.
a sidestep, left-handed dribble into a pull-up 20-footer. Boy,
She's one of the
contested.
craziest kids I've ever coached. She actually shoots the ball better that way.
Yeah.
Like catch and shoot, you'd think she'd be a great shooter, but she loves that sidestep. And for some weird reason, when she's contested, she makes shots, which is a great quality.
Yeah. No, it's that loose and free mentality. You're just not thinking about it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's close.
I think she did travel here, but it's
That's
pretty good that he caught that.
Yeah. Well, and that ties it up. Now, one thing here, and this becomes a little byproduct of, okay, so it's now down to 2 places, buzzing now.
Yep.
And now we feel like we got to get into this 3-point shooting contest.
Right.
Instead of, for example, Baylor's got 2 people coming at it right here. And then Emma's left alone by herself.
Right. With Haley down watching the ball.
Right. And maybe Haley comes over and picks Emma up, make one extra pass. It's a layup. Yeah. Instead, and now it becomes a run out because we're all hovering down here. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. It's enough.
Got an extra little running step in there. That's a killer.
It is a killer.
It's amazing how much those layups are momentum killers sometimes, or
sure.
The other way.
Ouch. That's a tough one.
I am not happy with this one at all at this point. That's pretty good defense there.
Yeah. The only thing I can see is that she kind of jumps in, whereas I think if she just absorbs it.
Yeah. Although I think a lot of times, she gets thumped in the chest there.
Yeah,
Your arms move when that happens. It's hard not to, you know what I mean? They always say, I was like, but okay, she just took a shot right in the chest.
Yeah, you get squared up like that, you're going to have to give the defensive player, I think, the benefit of the doubt. There. And then this is the other angle that I'm coming at with, obviously in the double bonus here, but when we get to the second half as well, about, hey, we're getting tired because, again, we're not in any semblance of game shape at this stage of the season. If you want to rest, then get to the free throw line. You want to blow, get to the free throw line. It's your chance. I don't have 40 timeouts to use because you're wiped out. Now, I think she's the only one you probably couldn't have run that on. Chloe just has such good instincts.
Yes.
She
played it really well. Cam got a hand on it. It was, yeah.
I think you would have gotten everybody else. Too late on that. Oh, good extra one. What?
There's the makeup call here. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that is awful. You pick up something new every single time, I thought she had just stepped out of bounds.
That's a weird call.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that. I just thought it was not, so I just have always moved on. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. He probably wasn't happy with something I said to him in possession before. That's probably what it was.
Well, he's definitely hearing from me after the last charge call. So.
Okay, so I have no idea what Emma's doing here. So she
comes up and takes a high post for some reason.
Yeah, there's zero reason. We never would play that this way. Right. So we're leaving open somebody that's really the only person that scored here in the half. Come on, brother.
See, now if Haley had just sidestep dribble on that, she would have made it probably.
Right.
Oh, good idea.
But who's going to catch this?
Nobody's catching. No, you're right.
Nobody's catching that.
That's probably a game one thing there.
For sure. But, okay, there's help's not going to get there.
No help there. Yeah.
You can throw that so soft.
Yeah.
Easy catch, nice and high.
Yeah.
Brother.
See, we really have to actually run that back a little bit where we're at there. So this is obviously good work on your part. You're trying to, we got Reagan over here, so we can't really help. But I'll be all over DeBerry on this one for not getting off early and helping with that.
Yeah.
She's supposed to, and it's tough. Like you said, you got that kid out there, but
Yeah.
I got to guard her, but yeah.
Well, and we never, for us, we call this triple. We stack three and try to overload. This actually comes from Kurt Gesseldorf down Oregon City. He's at Clackamas now.
Yeah.
And actually a zone set for us, to be perfectly honest. We actually run a man too. But it's taken like, okay, hey, if this help drops, like you said, that's a skip.
Skip, yeah. And a wide open look.
She's got to close out, or if she closes out too aggressively, that's a downhill.
Right.
She steps over and helps. That's a drop off, or reverse pivot, seal that, and if it's a skip, throw it in there. Right. All that helps away from the equation, and we just get too anxious and don't think about logistics here in this sequence. But brutal. But see, we've been stuck on 23-24 for what now? 6 minutes. We're just missing out on some easy opportunities, and
right.
Being on the road against a good team. You want to keep them at bay as best you can here.
Yeah. Well, I think both ways. I'm feeling the same way. We've had some good looks and some missed opportunities on turnovers.
No question. Yep. I think that's actually what we said. I probably even said that you were probably telling your kids you probably felt like you dodged the ball a little bit. And look, hey, we're right here, right where we want to be, all things considered. Where are we going? Oh, boy.
Did a good job doubling down there finally.
Yeah. You better have some purpose with where you're going there. And first lead right here. So this is a killer. For us, and our kids are going to look at it, led the half and feel like you've given up some opportunities. And okay, so Chloe, you got to move.
This is where we got. There we go,
brother.
Oh.
Now, see, in that sequence, if I'm telling Reagan, go right up with that. Take your chances of getting a foul call here, right?
Oh, for sure. Jen is a freshman. She should go up with that one. She's definitely hearing about that one. That's a layup and a one.
Yeah. I still was never able to get rid of that pass out of her game. Just brutal.
Yeah.
Freshman
that's the thing. Jenna did a great job on that one. Sometimes we let that one go. Our bigs get too complacent back there. We really talk about making that look like it's open and go out and get it.
Right.
And they throw it. And then Chloe doesn't go to the ball either, so it doesn't – I think it was Chloe. Somebody didn't go to the ball there, so that helps.
4 years of that pass. Brutal.
What are we doing here? Come on now.
And then we
and one. She got fouled there.
We just gave up on it. Okay, there's the horn. Not
– Come on. Jeff,
5
you got to call that.
seconds ago.
I'm whacked across the face.
All right, second half. So
halftime. Let's just pause it for 1 second.
Sure.
So here's where I'm at on that one. So I feel like, again, if you guys make free throws, you might be plus 10 in that half.
Should be. I think I've said it. I think
with layups and whatnot. Yeah. Yep. And so we dodged a bullet there. So I'm feeling, the way we played and the way we didn't shoot the ball very well.
Yeah.
+2 at halftime. I'm really, really happy with this.
Yeah.
And I feel like we changed the momentum a little bit in the second quarter.
Yep.
We changed our pressure. So, Reagan didn't get as loose as she did in the first quarter. And you didn't get so many easy baskets. So again, +2 after that first half, I feel like we're feeling pretty good coming in the third quarter here.
Right.
At halftime. Now the rebounding was a big thing for us. We're getting pounded here. We need to be able to figure that out, put a body and go get it. So
yep. And I would say for us, we had kind of talked about just, opportunities. We should be up 8-10. We've been a little quick on mega layups, first and foremost. Free throws are going to come and go.
Right.
But we've talked about, I get they're up 2, up 3 here at half. It is what it is. You didn't think they were just going to go away because you got up 10,
Mm-hmm.
And then that said, I think that one of the questions I posed to him at halftime was, when's the last time you felt like you ran a possession? You know, we just talked about triple there a second ago. That was probably one of the very, very
Yeah.
few. Everything was loosey-goosey, and they want you to take those tough, quick shots, and we haven't been opportunistic in that sense. So with you guys, we talk about this with you and GP, anybody that likes to speed teams up, we get into this mode for us where we end up playing actually more defense than offense.
Yeah.
What do you really want to play? I
Right.
get you really want to play more offense, but what you're doing right now is playing way more defense than offense right now. So if you want to play more offense, you need to flip the script here a little bit. If you're not going to convert, you're not going to, make shots, free throws, whatever, then let's run possessions to make them have to defend longer.
Right.
You know?
And that's a really interesting way of looking at it. I like that. You're playing more defense and offense here.
Yeah.
We do feel like, and I know you know this, that sometimes I don't even worry too much about the score, but when I see the game going like that,
yeah,
that's our style of play.
Yep.
And we feel comfortable there. We do it all the time.
Yep.
And most teams don't feel comfortable there. And so I always feel like, and this team is, a veteran team at this point, even though it's early in the season.
Right.
I mean, that we're feeling pretty comfortable that we're going to knock down some shots because we got some good looks. And we normally, it's funny, Seattle Prep first two, this was Friday. We played them on Monday. We hit 14 threes to open the season.
Right.
Which is ridiculous. But, we feel like we're getting some good looks and things the game feels like the first quarter I felt like it was Lake Stevens basketball, advantage you.
Yep.
Second quarter, I feel like we at least made a turn to playing the way we want to play and getting you guys, like you said, playing the way we want you to.
Yep. No, I think the biggest thing that I would come back to is, for us there in the second quarter, we talked about that. Okay, you've allowed them now to get comfortable with how they like to play. And the way to absorb that is to be able to convert those layups and free throws. Now all of a sudden it's not a buildup of this momentum, which is how the half ended. It's, oh gosh, they're still continuing to score, and it's still 8-10 maybe on your end. Whereas now your kids are like, holy shoot, we're up here at half, and our kids on the flip side are like, we were just up 10, 6 minutes ago. And so it's just some different things. And I think the biggest thing was just, as you talked about rebounding the ball, we're standing and watching way too much. And again, a lot of this stuff is game one things that honestly you practice for 2 weeks. Your kids are tired of hearing you. And so film don't lie, it gives you some things to take a peek at. So, all right, let's jump to third quarter here. And you guys, like I said, here in the middle quarter is, I think 34, what does that say? 34-19. So you're putting some things together before I think we finally, get to the free throw line a little bit more there in the fourth. And so let's go ahead and tackle this here. And then what do we got going here?
The band is vacating for the concession stand.
Yeah, as ours does too.
So we've gone to zone here.
Yeah. Okay, but she's 4 feet from you, and I'm going to throw this as hard as I can.
Lob it up high. Cam will get it. We got nobody who's going to go up there and get it.
She might be looking at Corey here, and Cam feels like
trying to stuff one in there.
Yeah. No, but these are the little things that we talk about where, Baylor wants to take on more of the point, which is fine. Let's get Reagan off the ball. She doesn't need to do everything there. And for the sake of this year and next, she's going to be the one. But if I'm Baylor here and I see, what is this? Is this Shep right here?
Shep.
Get this over here to Chloe, and now we can mix and match a little bit. But man,
well, this is that we got away with one there because Shep. That's kind of like your possession.
Yeah, you're right, Emma.
She's not supposed to be up there.
Brother. Okay, so we've decided to play man because I feel like that was probably the other thing. I felt like we probably did dodge some bullets, and we did. You guys just hadn't hit, what you had done with Seattle Prep there. And so to give man a shot here for a little bit.
Yep. And see, now this is where we're looking at matchups. Like you have Corey on Kira here.
Right.
We got to find a way to take advantage of that somehow.
Right. Oh, nice. Good extra one.
Yeah, that was real nice.
Not a layup, though. Pet peeves for me, layups and free throws.
Oh,
I say
yeah.
it all the time. Who's it on? What? Jeff. Yeah, that's a tough angle on my end. Now, in the moment, I would have said he missed that, but. So you guys are a little 2-1-2 stuff here.
Yeah, so we've changed our pressure. I didn't like, just the way you guys got loose and easy layups in that first. So we went to our keep you in front a little bit more, not gamble so much,
Right.
and then be a little more opportunistic on the traps if we can get them.
No, I know our kids struggle with this a little bit. We end up, ball goes inside, and Cam and Corey see doubles, triples.
Oh yeah.
But keeping that tall presence, because as you're going to see, Baylor's wide open here. Keeping that tall presence and then being able to make this pass.
Yeah.
Boy, who's going to recover to that? That's a wide open look. And for that matter, I think Chloe bails her out a little bit. I mean, I know she's going for a offensive rebound there, but that's tough too.
I think they've heard me at least on that possession. We're really collapsing inside, trying to really do a better job.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, see, and this is the one game where we see Cam just miss it. She's going to miss a couple more like that too.
Well, this is the game where we have our 5'6" point guard blocking out the 6'4" kid on the free throw line, and so we had a little conversation about that one. Good effort, Kira. Not going to work.
Yeah. Well, and for us too, I don't know what your philosophy on free throw. Sandwich the best rebounder, make sure someone cuts out the shooter. And usually that quells a lot of those kind of things. But
well, it's just a little thing. We have our big Mackenzie Gage on the other side, and my point guard low. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They need to switch that.
Yeah.
And just be smart about it.
Yeah. And I think I finally joke with Cam in a timeout. I think it's right here. I think I tell her, hey, if you can make a 15-footer, you can make a 2-footer. Just to get a little giggle out of her, to because she did putting way too much pressure on herself here in game one, and too amped up and anxious, and technically being a freshman, I suppose.
What?
That was us. That was an arm bar for us, I think.
See, that's that hammer look we got again. I don't think that was a call. That's just a. That's a Jenna go to the rim, and if she doesn't have it, she can throw it to that corner.
We've talked about this look right here too. I guarantee, to where Baylor feels like she has to help, and so that's Corey's cue to drop and take this away. We've talked about this is a steal opportunity, and Reagan then would split the difference.
Yeah. And we find, we have a lot of success with this pass. I know there's people, we teach it, and we have some kids who can throw it, and you kids get caught in their help rules, and Baylor, I know what she's thinking in her head. She's like, I got to guard the basket here.
Right.
And it's really hard to get that closeout to the corner there on a good pass.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how much bubble basketball I've been watching for the NBA, but man, some of their rotations defensively, I've been really impressed with here.
Yeah.
Really impressed with. I mean, just the coverages and.
Ugh.
But see, that's a drop rotation here for us. I mean, granted, I know we played zone here in the whole first half, so.
Right.
But Cam's got to get there. Corey's here, and Baylor's got to be in rotation as the ball's flying over.
Right.
Chloe covers too.
Right.
And
not casually.
Right. I mean, Corey is in no man. She's in no position to get this.
Right. She's stuck. Yeah.
Baylor's
so again, another good look, I feel like, and even though it was a kind of a scramble play, but we just don't not knock them down.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Shep got that. Where are we going? Jeez Louise. Good dribbling it. Okay, now, but I don't know what we were doing here.
Oh, yeah, you vacated that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually, I said we ran the triple, man zone. We'll run a side out of bounds too, for
Yeah.
the same exact reason.
Oh, it's a great play. We see this a lot actually because we do front.
Yeah.
And they just ISO down there. We have to do a better job of seeing that and not guarding 30 feet from the basket.
Right.
Instead of taking away the layup.
Well, and the way we
Those
get
are the ones you can always see coming too. You're like, oh no, here they go. Oh no, oh wait, oh yeah.
Right. Well, and then the other thing too is Reagan throws this from her waist.
Yeah.
And it should be a soccer. We'd rather have Chloe throw that because she's a soccer kid, knows that pass well, and Oh, there's a foot stomp too.
Yeah, I see it. A little shuffle there. Missed the layup again. Oh, that's an and one.
I'm like, come on, kiddo. Shoot. See, 15-footers, no big deal. So we've opened 2 minutes here and haven't gotten much scoring wise here. So the chess match. Okay, so I think like half of us were in man and half zone.
This is where we get in trouble here. Well, maybe not this possession.
Good coverage. See, but to me, that's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like I would tell Reagan right here, okay, they've gapped you, but where's Baylor going? Keep running to the rim here.
Right.
Brutal. And in games like this where they're going to be tight.
Yeah, those make a huge difference.
Yeah.
I think this is where we start to, maybe it's a little bit later in the quarter.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, jump ball.
Jump? Okay, but drop right now. That's it. And we would deal with this with a little bit of the Reagan too, where she hasn't maybe scored in a little while.
Right.
Feels like she's got to put up a few shots where, again, you can still make a difference just dropping that pass off, and your opportunities are going to come. We still got 13 minutes of game time there. Okay, so we've gone 1-3-1 here for us to try to see if we can speed you up a little bit. Those extra ones, see, and the diagonals are the killers.
Yep. Another good look.
Yep.
Can't get it to go.
Just playing with fire, brother. and literally, this is what I'm thinking, because this is the old, because I can't stand giving up threes. If you guys make one right there, for that matter, 2 in a row, we're right out of it. I just can't stand it. It's just to try to mix it up and hopefully steal a few possessions. And what are we doing? Oh boy, the left-handed.
God. Must be week one.
It must be week one. We'll go with that for sure.
There's a lot of missed opportunities on both sides here.
Yes. Well, and I think too, I think even the next week we played Evansville Way. We were playing a game, and I think we would have easily gotten there too if we'd have converted some of our easy. We're talking like a girls' game in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, this is a 57-54 game. That's pretty high scoring. And then, this game could have been 70-68.
Yeah, easily.
Or something like that.
Which is where I want girls basketball to be. You know what I mean?
Me too.
It needs to be that way.
Ugh. Again, Regan getting free in the middle of the floor caused a lot of trouble for us.
Yeah. And it's such a tough, but there's good coverage there, though. I mean, it's really good at getting back, and
I just always feels like it's really hard, even if you retreat well like we did there and kind of got coverage, it's hard for them not to call a foul in that situation.
Right. Which, again, as we've seen with you guys too, with Jenna had that opportunity. Those are the things as coaches you want your kids to do. Force that hand to make them blow the whistle.
Yep.
I mean, unless it's an obvious and easy one to go get, then dropping that pass off, whatever it may be. Come on, camera. Here we go. But see, like right there, she's had like 3 possessions like this in a row where you guys recover pretty well.
Right.
Shep's, she's pointing that out to stop, and she's going to cover this. She's already seen that.
Right.
Take advantage of that one-on-one right here.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that she, in the fourth quarter, there was none of this.
Right.
There was getting to the rim.
Well, and that's something I was talking about. I think we get to the bonus reasonably quickly, but I said, hey, I get you're trying to be unselfish here and involve team. That's great, but you're missing out some opportunities where take advantage, get take there. So that's a horn sequence for you guys, right?
That's horns, yeah. And so that's we're trying to get, Corey guard Kira there. Maybe we can get, and then she kind of passes her off, but Kira got a nice angle on that.
See, but for us, this drives me nuts right here. First of all, why is Corey up here? This matchup doesn't even make one semblance of sense. And we're actually going to get to this later where Camille is guarding.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, late. And I'm like, okay, kiddo, it's good luck to you.
Yeah.
But for us, this should have been a natural switch.
Right. Well, and she kind of does, but she kind of turns her hips and just kind of, doesn't. Yeah. We'll take it.
Brutal. Not that we don't run this ourselves, so we should know.
Right.
Oh, Emma.
Ugh. It's the killer.
Yeah. And this is Coach Eden's telling Emma, because Emma's a coach kid.
Yeah.
I want to get it in and go. I want to get it in and go. I want to get it in and go.
Right.
And she would say, Coach, you want me to get it? I did say that, but not to the other team there. She's going to be a senior for us, too. I sure hope we get to play because she's so fun.
Yeah.
Great kid.
Well, she's one of those great kids that helps you.
Yeah. Oh, and totally content with it.
As an opposing coach, I don't really know who she is at this point. You know what I mean? I see this game, I'm like, oh, this girl's she's going to help them this year.
Yeah. Well, a year ago, she's the one that really hurt. She had 10, I think. And
yeah,
we were like, where the heck did that come from?
Yeah.
Oh, Chloe. Now that worked out, but
right.
This is you're at the rim.
Right.
Brother.
And relatively contested. I mean, we'll live with that.
Sure.
If we could make a layup at the other end and not do that. See, this is just killer now. This is just silly.
Yeah.
From my point of view.
Yeah, us as well. Look at it, just dribbling it, throwing it with the left hand.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's just so haphazard right now.
Yeah, it's just a mess.
Oh, boy. Ugh. It was a flop, Reagan. And I think it went out on her. Didn't she not hit that last? She kind of
probably did. He's probably thinking he doesn't want to call a foul there, so he gives you the ball.
Yeah, right. I hear that way too much. Well, I could have called a foul there.
I know.
Then call a foul there.
I don't know what's going on here. Haley sits a lot in this game. I'm not sure why. I can't remember.
No. I know she got sick later. Was this?
No, I think this was earlier than that. I'm not quite sure. I remember watching this film again and saying Haley's been sitting, which she usually doesn't.
Well,
especially in the first half, she did all her scoring.
Right. And I don't think she was in. Well, she might have been in foul trouble because
it's possible. Yeah.
That's one of those I don't pay attention to.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
This is just a sequence of week one sloppy basketball.
Yes, it's exactly it. It's exactly right. What are we doing here? Come on. Okay, so horn sequence here. All right, good.
We try to run this
finally
again,
made the switch. Thank you.
Absolutely nothing out of it. Oh no, we're actually running a set here.
Leaving the basketball.
Yeah.
Come on, Carmen.
That's a different look for us.
But we're so, gosh, it's just Olay defense right now. Reach, not move your feet. Oh, brother. Brutal.
Straight take, make a layup, please. Oh,
brutal. And this is where I'm at. We can't guard man right now. He's just going to shot fake and blow by.
right.
Because we're not going to move our feet. And see, and you force us to go small. So like Carmen, a little more athletic than Cam or Corey. So we can only go with one of those two.
Right. And by the way, that's obviously what we hope for.
Right.
Because, you obviously have to make a choice. I have to make a choice when they're both on the floor at the same time. Do I go big for us, or do I actually live with, still staying small? So it's always interesting.
Now we've taken Reagan out here, and it's kind of by design because I think this might be our last chance to get any
get her a rest
left. I don't know how much is left here. There it is, 2:05.
2 minutes.
Yikes. Down 3. Boy.
Another decent look. No good.
But see, this is where I struggle. So we're in man, and traditionally for us, we're man based out of bounds. I know about you guys, but
yeah, we are as well.
If I'm Chloe right here, I'm not guarding Kira 28 feet from the basket right now. So like on this drive, that she should be gapping that.
Right.
I
always, this is an interesting little thing that you're showing here, because I find, we're not in our dribble. Well, we kind of are. Oh no, we ran a set play out of bounds there is what we ran.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we run our dribble drive, you'll see those guards coming way out. I don't know. Instead of stepping into that seam there and guarding.
Right.
It's interesting that you find that. That's a clear, you have to attack that right away when you see that.
Well, and then, of course, where you're forcing the help, Baylor's going to have to come over here and you leave this wide open. I mean, whereas if Chloe steps down, you don't mind if that pass goes here. You can get back to that.
Right, and probably DeBerry passes that too soon. If she takes another dribble in the middle of the floor there, Baylor has to come to it, and she gets an even cleaner look.
What's your approach if you're dribble drive teams that really sag?
We try to move. We try to, I've actually looked at Kurt's stuff. He got a lot of that false motion.
Yeah.
Just to not just do because when we first put it in, we were pretty standard Wahlberg. But we've tried to put some new stuff in and to try and keep teams moving and get that help off the line there.
See, and this is my really big struggle with you guys in playing man is now I've totally relented in comfort zone stuff for you guys.
Right.
So it's getting downhill. We've forced bad help. Chloe has to pour clothes out, and it's comfort zone threes. We talk about that all the time. I use that expression quite a bit.
Yeah.
We can't just allow a jump pass. Oh, this is the sequence. So this is when I know we're in big trouble because we've taken Reagan out. This is your run. Your crowd's in it. We pick up the basketball.
And this is our high pressure guards up here that we got in.
Right.
And some length. So, we're feeling good right now. We're the game's starting to turn. Feel like it's momentum. It's going on. Our pressure's working. Made a couple baskets here. Let's keep it going.
Yep.
Hope we could run something here, maybe. Yep.
Yeah, but don't get a rebound, and now it's just a free-for-all.
Can you run that back to the top of that play?
For sure.
So this is a set. Now we got Baylor's on her.
Yeah.
I thought normally we'd get a big guard and Jenna there, and we figured we'll bring her out to that wing just to ISO kind of deal there. But
sure.
Got a great look at it.
But what a quick catch and rip.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Chloe, even though she's close and is probably the best athlete out of the bunch here, could reasonably get there, but she's already up by the time she even gets over.
Right. And Kira had just hit a 3 the last time down, so she's got to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenna will finish those this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugh.
And this is where our kids are looking at me like, hey, you're going to call a timeout right here? Hey, you're going to throw Reagan back in here? No, it's game 1, man.
This is a killer right here.
Yeah.
That's just a killer foul at this time period, and it puts you guys in the double bonus? Or no, puts you in the bonus.
Yeah.
With a minute to go, I'm like, oh. And we're not even in our high-pressure set there.
Right.
It's our 2-1-2, stay in front.
Sure.
Make them pass the ball. It's just a killer foul there.
Especially
again, that's a week 1 foul where you have to pull it over and say, hey,
Yeah.
Take a look at the clock. Take a look at the score. Why would we just put them on the free throw line? We have the momentum.
Right.
It's just a killer.
Well, and one of those things too, where the last 3 or 4 possessions, we've thrown the ball all over the place.
Right.
You know, we've got that negative mojo going. Well, and I think that helps us. Okay, just kind of we're okay. Got a couple points on the board. See, and if she's gonna make those, then we're not gonna win.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, that's a big one. Get it. Trap that, Jenna. See, that's a missed trap there to a layup. He's got to get up and get in that. Right here, she just gives her that, just stays there instead of getting up, closing that gap.
Well, and as we always, coach is always at no man's corner right here. You don't want to.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's perfect for her, but she is not in the right spot there, obviously.
Yep.
I always feel like Chloe helps you guys a ton against us, just in having that another athlete out there long, she could defend.
Yeah. Well, I know moving forward here, she's going to be one of those that, and we even told her this, it's not like we haven't told her, be more offensively minded, kiddo.
Yeah, for sure.
Game. Need her handles to get a little tighter, but, she can shoot a little bit. And, here's another one.
Another silly one. And that's Kira's fourth. So, just a silly reach foul for no reason because she's frustrated.
Yeah. Oh, take one more dribble, and she got that.
Right.
So, and then think about this sequence, too. One more dribble, makes the layup, no foul.
Right.
Maybe
an and one.
Sure. So this is where we run into struggles with this, whereas in the past, strong side we've helped, and everybody's so comfortable with this strong side drive kick three. Yep. We want Monet to stay. We'd rather have the help come this way. Right. Baylor drops down and covers.
She's got to hear from coach and dad on that one.
Yeah. Mine would too there. Especially to sending in teams to the free throw line.
Oh, yeah.
This kind of sequence here. But misses the front end. See, we're in scramble mode right now. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Baylor.
Again.
See, that's a huge basket. Kids are in it.
That's huge, yeah.
But again, this is why. Oh, that's not Baylor. That's Akili. That makes a little more sense.
Nice rebound there by Abby. Jenna's got to finish that, but that's a big bucket going in the fourth quarter right here.
So up, what is this? Up 9?
Plus 9, I think. Yeah.
7,
and
9.
then again.
Yep.
We're feeling pretty good right now. The game's gone our way, really. There's been a lot of missed opportunities, but if we can hang on here and keep doing what we're doing, we should be all right. Is what you're thinking going to the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yep. This is not the one. It's a tough shot she makes. Yeah.
Up 11. So, and again, this is where we're dancing with really our big chunk of our second group. And
that one's a killer right there. So we have a chance. Go back. So this is what, if you want to talk about. So Joe makes a tough shot here.
Up 11.
Steal.
Yep.
Stop. We don't need this. This is just no. If we back that out and get another layup or a 3, then it's a 13-point game or whatever it is, maybe 14. It's a whole different deal. Instead, you guys are getting a run out.
Yeah. Well, and then I'm probably having to call timeout here at this stage, fourth quarter. Stop the bleeding. Baseline, Emma.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm way better block out than that.
Boy.
That's freshman first week of high school basketball right there.
Off the air, remind me of this sequence.
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
Good hustle. What? What?
I think she rolled
Okay.
over. I
Yeah.
never know if this call is a travel or not anymore. I just never know. I used to
Yeah.
think I knew, but now I just like, whatever, if they're going to call it.
Sure. I'll give her the benefit
Sometimes
of
it
the doubt on
is,
that one.
sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
That one looks like she did roll over, but. Oh.
Yeah. Downhill. Strong side help. Backup player.
That's got to be a layup.
Yep.
That's a killer in our
But
dribble
see,
drive.
we're not boxing anybody out. We're just standing and spectating, allowing multiple opportunities. Brutal.
Is this why our players hate watching film with us?
Yeah, probably. Down 11, and we're just going to let it be a free for all. Jeez Louise.
Again, just do not like that shot at all. And most of the time.
But any of these daggers, I mean,
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And frankly, I think up 11, what is that, 6:40 to go?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with that.
See, at that point, it's the kid and the situation. I probably don't want that shot so quickly. And again, if I'm going to be honest, maybe if it's somebody else, I'll be okay with it. But
right.
And then we give that up.
So, and this is probably for you guys, this is maybe game 3 tired mental focus in terms of the things that we're after as coaches: rebounding the basketball, boxing somebody out.
Right.
And for us, it's kind of maybe the enormity of the moment,
right.
Not doing the little things that we're talking about at practice. Pretty crafty.
Again, this is just where we get into trouble. She takes off.
Yep.
And we're, he's in the middle of the floor.
Yep.
We reach.
Yep.
Gets all the way to the rim and one. And it's just, and this is a theme for the whole fourth quarter here.
Right. Well, and I think, too, I don't know if there's a timeout coming up, but I remember saying in this sequence, okay, 6 minutes to go, and we're in the double bonus.
Yeah.
And we're tired. We're trying to mix in kids as best we possibly can.
And I don't really our lineup right now. I don't like. It's probably our slowest lineup, to be honest with you. So we're not going to catch Reagan from behind with this group. You know what I mean? We can't let her to just get loose with this group on the floor. So
sure. And I would say for us, our subs that we just had in, to me, I think we've dodged a little bit of a bullet.
Yeah. We could have stretched this thing out, but I think you're right.
So we've, so that is the timeout. So I didn't remember that correctly. So we get to 7 with our backup kids to give, our core kids a blow. And we're going to try to give this thing another shot. But it is in the timeout where, hey, we're in the double bonus. And if there is run out opportunities, you need to take your chance and get to the rim. And
I'm feeling like we could be plus 15 right now if we had, you know what I mean? Instead of that, we're, and maybe it's game over probably for your guys' first game.
Sure.
And instead, you guys make a little run here and we're only up 7. Now it's a ball game.
Yeah. A little interesting why I stayed with man more than I thought I did.
Here.
Yeah.
Get a wide open look. Shep doesn't knock it down. Oh, it's a killer.
Yeah. And we went over that set a gazillion times. Here's the rotation on it. It's coming with a dribbling baseline.
Yep. So we get a wide open look, and again, she gets an open layup. It's just a killer. Although, that possession is great. I can't everything we want out of it.
Well, and then think of how this ball bounces out of here. So you got 4 kids over her head, and now it's, Yeah. I don't know why the double. Get greedy.
Again.
Yeah.
Just a quick shot at that point. Not an awful shot. And Shep's a senior. She has a green light for the most part. And, great shooter for us. I just didn't like it.
So here I feel like we've got our momentum and running here a little bit. Chloe's got an advantage. We trusted the ball. It's a 3-on-2. and I'm looking to my left, whereas I've got like Reagan as an advance, and then it ends up being a turnover. Oh,
Yeah.
and she's agonizing. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, that's a killer.
but that's
She
exactly what I'm
knows it.
telling her. I'm like, come on, Chloe. Oh, brother. Because obviously, with a finite amount of possessions left,
Oh,
you can't be,
oh, for sure.
oh, so a reach and gamble.
Good look, just can't finish.
Oh, brother. Oh,
Yeah,
Chloe.
this is another one. Oh no, this is not the
Good
possession.
extra one. Good contest, though. Surprised they didn't blow a whistle on that.
Yeah.
See, now we're in scramble.
Right, what are we doing here?
Wide open look. See,
oh, she did hit that one.
Come on, man. But this is what happens. So Reagan's going to have her own pity party because she's frustrated. Okay, so she gets to a body. Misses out. And then I'm going to gamble again.
Yeah.
And now I'm out of position, and I give this. 8.
Feels like it's been forever since we hit one.
4.5 to go. Brutal.
Oh, so wait, this is where we go up 10 here.
Yes. This is that 4-minute sequence right here. But this is.
Now we've completely flipped it.
Yep. So, gosh, if I would love to sit down with Reagan on this one, because this is the stuff we've been working on for 4 years in terms of just like, body language and
Yeah.
crowds in it. Now I'm going to force it. Turn it over. Now I'm going to pout. Bro. But see, this is where we've left close. She's on an island instead of having a reversal, just in case. Take the dribble out, kiddo.
Oh, terrible. So Gage is supposed to get on top of that, and she just lets her catch it. That's an easy one. So
Yeah.
she initially starts to go behind instead of getting right in front, like there.
Yeah. Well, and this is so hard. I've tried to move Cam myself in practice.
Oh no, yeah, no.
It's insane. It did not happen.
She's buried there. Yeah, she's got no chance.
Yeah.
Again, we're not making you guys use any time on the clock.
Right.
You're scoring, yeah. So this is a clock management thing that, hopefully I'm talking about here. Let's be smart
up
here.
8. Yeah, up 8 with 4 to go.
Yeah. Let's get a good look here. Let's run something.
Yep.
And, play some defense instead of just let them go down the floor.
And again, you've had some good ones. They just haven't gone down for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I think this is where the remainder of this sequence is where they get a little quick and maybe aren't the best shots. And
then we're giving up this.
Yeah. But it is, and that timeout was the same message from us. It was like, hey, I get some of you are tired, but you want to blow. Get yourself to the free throw line. Stops the clock. We can score. She misses that. She missed both of these, I think. Oh, gets that one. Oh, so we decided to see if we can speed you up. Oh, brother.
Oh, killer. Another great look. We'll take that one. Now, that one I'll live with.
Well, and I'm cringing right here. Yeah, I'm cringing on that. Now, the funny thing is this sequence, because we would always have Cam in the back on this, is against Issaquah late in the year. It's Stevens for them.
Right.
They break pressure. They make this diagonal skip, and she just stays in there. Like here, she at least gets out to contest it. The only way they can get back in it is threes.
Right.
Brother. But yeah, and again, if that goes in, you're up 10 with 3.5 to go. I mean, any one of these, as coming up here, puts this thing away.
That's why it's so agonizing to watch.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, nope. Running behind on that one. This is just.
Yikes.
We've got another bullet here.
But like you said, you guys are comfortable with this shot. we advance it. This little 6 to 8 footer.
Yeah.
Fly
If we
by.
rebound it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna try again. See if we can get something here. Now, have you guys struggled with teams that maybe press you? I mean, there's the
No, I
adage
feel
that,
like there we do. And again, that's just a killer turnover.
as it is for
Killer
us
at that
almost.
point. With a pass she never throws.
Yeah.
And I don't know why she decided to do it. We want teams to. I would like it if teams pressed us. To be honest with you, we feel like it's again advantage us. We do it all the
Sure.
time, and the
Sure.
pace of play for us is.
Yep.
And we have guards and we have multiple kids who can handle the ball. So.
Yeah, because there's that old expression, old adage, teams
right.
that don't like to get pressed, and
I never really understood that, but
yeah. Oh,
another soft lob.
But go get Chloe. You're the one person that can get.
Oh, this is a killer. So this layup right here. I feel like we make this layup, it might be game.
Oh, get that now. Yeah. That's a great look off because she looks to her right. I feel like because that's where it gets Cam to hedge that way.
Yeah.
Like she's looking to her right, and I think sees her in the corner of her eye. Could she take another dribble, you think?
Yep. Well, maybe. Well,
yeah.
You can't ask for a better layup than that. Like,
yeah.
It's a great pass. Now I'm not. You got to make a layup there, kid.
Yeah.
And it is first week.
Yes. Yes.
That's just a killer, though. I feel like that was a huge.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's a million things that could happen, but
hey,
now we just give up the layup.
Yeah.
So this is where.
Oh, Camille. Oh gosh.
So this is where I was talking about earlier. This is where, had I been on top of my game, I would have gotten out of this pressure. I don't know why I'm still in it, to be honest with you. It's supposed to be keep in front and,
right.
not speed you up on this point, but you just keep getting loose in the middle of the floor. I should have got out of this. I mean, maybe a minute ago.
Well, I think here too.
Well, not a minute ago because we did make a run, but it was,
right. No, but I think what's happened here too is Chloe's gotten comfortable because for us, what I was really having problems with in our adjustment out of this was we were supposed to have somebody sprint to the middle and occupy right away. Whereas what these three were doing were like our traditional press break, ball goes into Baylor. And what we did in the first half, to be honest, Reagan goes to the middle, Chloe's the reversal. Yeah. The adjustment here was, okay, if we've been getting runouts by getting it to the middle of the floor, let's just have Chloe sprint to the middle. And then that way it occupies and there's not necessarily the double right out of the gate.
Sure.
And so
the problem here is this. Kira's behind on that, and that's a tough one. She's got to drop on that because if Joe's coming to trap here, although, again, I'm not sure why we're trapping here. But again, so this is the thing that I run into is we want our kids to be super aggressive all the time.
Sure.
This is why maybe we can talk about this at the end, just the different mindset of where we're at in this game now compared to where we were earlier as far as pressure goes.
Right.
Oh,
brutal. But see, and this is my walk where I think, honestly, I'm like, okay, if that was our last chance to really kind of make a decent push. I go on my walk and bring my board with me, and she's already frustrated. She knows she's missed a few, and and I'm taking I have to remind myself. Honestly, she's a freshman. This is her first game ever in high school. Me piling on right now is not going to help matters for down the road. And
that's a big game for your first high school game.
Oh, too, no question. No question. And she's been waiting for it. I mean. Yeah, the rehab and the everything she's had to go through to finally get that opportunity.
I really think Cam's the X factor for you guys. For us, I think she just, she's got such good hands.
Yeah,
she usually finishes and she makes her free throws.
Yes,
and she just gives us a lot of trouble with her size and her ability to catch and do what she does. Her outlet passing.
Right.
Another dangerous pass. All right, +5.
Oh,
2.5.
Get there.
Ugh.
Good contest. Board that. Great outlet.
Oh yeah. This is a great outlet.
Oh, see, and
questionable call.
Yeah, I was 50-50. You can kind of see me peek over there.
Yeah, I was not happy about it. He was hearing about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just she probably slid by her there.
Yeah. It's kind of glancing.
Yeah.
But again, here's another set of free throws. Clock stopped. It's 5.
Yep. Yep. And that's huge. You know how it is. You get to that fourth quarter with a lead. You just want that thing to run.
Oh, no question. No question. And actually, this is kind of what I'm reminded of, too, when, okay, we've cut it to 5 here. Let's make sure we're still scrambling and let's keep our focus here and trying to, make a great outlet and get downhill. Because we haven't necessarily had to run possessions yet, as much as I was critiquing it in the first half and, not necessarily having run any. We kind of needed to be loosey-goosey here in the second half. All right, so down to 3. But see, gosh, with Chloe back here, I feel like, well, oh, that's a steal. The Arlington Eagles get that call all the time.
We got lucky on that one because that was going to be a turnover.
Yeah, brutal. But no bonus, so I'll take it.
And clock stopped.
Yep.
Help, you're getting every minute. Make this game as long as possible. Oh, no, now we're stuck.
But why?
Yeah, those are the ones that just kill you.
You have a double coming from behind? That's exactly what I'm telling her, too. I can guarantee it.
Luckily, you have plenty of fouls to give here, apparently.
We do. We do. Oh, here we go. My 6'4" kid guarding the point guard. Sweet. This is awesome. For that matter, for the love of goodness, you're throwing the ball in on the side. We haven't figured this out yet. Oh, shit.
See, but Cam has an interesting choice here who she's going to guard.
No question.
I
don't know how content I am. I don't know how content I am on Jenna,
Right. No.
And I'm just anticipating disaster right here. Brutal
turnover. That's a tough turnover. We're trying to run a set.
This foot stomp hurt too. Gosh. An and one to tie it with under 2 to go.
That's just a killer.
I'm going to rewind this here.
So she really plays that wing and either tries to make the pass.
Yeah, nope. Reagan's probably the wrong one to.
No, that's exactly what she's looking for right there.
Yep. But how do we get? See, but that's a gamble by Cam.
Yeah.
We should switch this, which Emma does a pretty good job. Oh, just finish that, but there's contact. See, and I think now our kids that have come over and made the trip have kind of got our kids a little reinvigorated a little bit.
Yeah.
And now we feel like, okay, we've actually got a shot here. We've got to come up with a stop and continue to stay aggressive. And you guys are in the bonus the rest of the way too.
Yes.
Off of that. What? Oh, yeah. Left hand, I guess.
Yeah, Eagle Eye to see that one.
Yeah. Jeff liked those calls, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We missed the front end here.
Okay, so I run into this sometimes, too, where and I say I'm just saying in general. So, like, you guys are 1-on-1, and I feel like my kids think this is like a 2-shot foul. Like, double bonus, they're just going to stand there. Instead of realizing, hey, it's 1-on-1s. Are you ready to box out? And you know what I mean? These kind of circumstances, especially late game, and you really need to come up with one.
Oh, it's a huge free throw.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Quit dribbling at the high post. Ugh.
Oh. So
here we go. We dodge a bullet again.
Yep.
Let's take care of this. I have just a weird lineup on the floor here.
Oh, extra one. But see, we're scrambling. We got 2 people running at 1. No one's guarding over here. Oh, now Cam's got Kira. That's lovely.
And so Kira makes her move, and Shep cuts right in front of her. I'm like, well. And Kira taking off 3 feet against Cam is not the greatest shot ever. That's a tough finish there.
Really
See, this
tough
is just
finish.
killer.
But get out of there, Reagan. No need to foul. Get out of there. Just play defense now. Now you tied it. Poor closeout. I think Cam got a piece of that. Oh, boy. See, this kind of stuff makes me nervous. A little free-for-all. Am I going to make the right decision? Oh, another one.
Oh,
and
no.
another one. Oh, my gosh. A chance to take a lead with under a minute to go, and you missed 2 point-blank ones.
All right, so let's time out here. I think I take a timeout.
Okay, so let's rewind this for a second here. Okay, so score minute 5. Quit gambling. Get out of there.
52 all.
But see, we were just in such scramble mode. That closeout's awful.
Turns the corner. Tough shot. Oh.
Yeah. Good read by Cam there. Oh, finish those, love.
How does that happen?
Brutal. And then it ends up going the other way.
And we dodge another bullet there. Yeah. No block out, and Cam misses an easy one.
So timeout for you guys.
It's timeout.
All right, so 52 all, 40 seconds to go.
We need a bucket, obviously.
Sure. No way 2 for 1.
Right, we want a bucket now. I mean, yes. And I'm not running the shot clock down here. We're getting across and running our stuff. Okay. So I'm not really saying 2 for 1 here, but it's probably going to work out that way. Maybe.
Sure.
So we're going right to our set here. We're not waiting. You guys are pressuring us, or at least maybe you back off here.
No, I think
you pulled them off. Yeah.
Because I don't want to. Because I could see what had happened. You'd press break, you get a layup, and we didn't get to play defense in the half court.
All right, so hit pause for a second. So this is my Randy Eaton's so we're getting late in the game here. Anytime I call a timeout, I have to run 2 plays. I have to run a zone play and a man play.
Okay.
Because you switch your defenses all the time, and it's taught me actually. So I have to say, okay, if they're man, this is what we're running. If they're zone, this is what we're running. Yep. How we run a man play for Jenna here, but it's just always interesting to, when you coach against certain people, their tendencies and what they do.
Yep.
So that's something I'm thinking about in that timeout too, is he might switch it up here. So let's be ready for both.
Sure. Well, and again, and in fact, let's rewind this even more and this is game 1 stuff, because we come out of this timeout. Let's get to it, actually. All right, so we come out of this timeout, and I've shared here. Okay, we're in purple, which is man for us.
Right.
We're playing in the half court, but this is that moment in timeouts, game 1, where how much are they really processing here? Okay, so First of all, they run out because the officials blown the whistle. Officials are trying to get it up, and it's a point of emphasis. So we're back, but they haven't done any. Okay, hey, I have Kira. I have. So we end up with this scenario. So we've compounded things by not paying attention in the timeout to everything that I've had to say. Right. And Cam, our 6'5" kid, is guarding 45 feet from the basket,
Which actually really helps us here because we're running Jenna going to the rim.
Good up and under. Beautiful.
And so here's where I stand up, and I want to call a timeout here. And I don't get it because you guys get it right in.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and you are coming out of the seat, and again, we've talked about this before. Here's Reagan, 25 feet from the basket, but again, she should be banana cutting this, which again, I was able to get out of my own way.
Oh, it's a tough shot.
Really tough.
I think if Joe doesn't reach on that one, she probably might get a charge or at least make the ref make a call, but she reaches down.
Yep.
But I'm like, the fact that Regan gets that one off, that's another thing. You're like, oh, no. Anything but the and one, please.
Right. Even just the layup is fine, in that sequence.
Right.
Well, and then the other crusher is, with all the bunnies that we've missed second half all game long, to have that something like that go in, geez Louise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so 17 seconds to go. We've tied this. Free throw. We feel good about Reagan. She's our school record holder free throw career percentage for a season. One person you want up there at the game.
Oh, for sure. I don't think she's missing the fourth quarter if she or something like that. She's close to it.
Any thought to calling a timeout here before she shoots this?
Uh, I might call a timeout after this. I don't know if yeah, there's a timeout here. Yeah, I don't know. I probably
Are
should have
you
called it
one
here.
to ice somebody?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Sure.
I'm not sure why, if I waited here or what. I think I did.
Well, more just the moment too. It can
Right.
work both ways. Give her a chance to think about it and catch herself, or
And part of it is we're talking about it over there, what we're going to do
sure,
a little bit too. It gives you a chance to say, okay, what are we doing
sure.
here? So, yeah, I mean, I could have called that timeout. Probably should have called it there.
So I think we
Oh,
talked about. So we're up one. You guys got to go full court, and there is a small part of me that says, "Hey, I think we're going to extend full court man, but keep them in front. I just want you to
right,
turn them. We'll keep Cam at the basket.
right.
Just don't allow him to go downhill, and for that matter, get him to go baseline like you wanted to. On your side of
Right.
things." So again, why do we end up with this? This is something we talked about. Girls, okay, let's make sure we're matched up. Now, again, you guys are going to play this smaller here,
Right.
but we should be out of this scenario, not Cam at half court.
Although this honestly
Probably
is
a good
maybe
thing.
Kim's best matchup on the floor.
Right.
Just foot speed wise.
Yeah, sure.
Another turnover. I mean, this is a killer. So we don't get anything out of it. And I'll take this one because I don't even know what we're running here. We have a weird lineup on the floor that I'm not sure why. Haley's not on the floor.
Does Cam mess this up for you guys? I mean, does this intimidate to some degree?
I don't even know what we're trying to run here. So, I don't even know. That's how bad it's a mess. So, I mean, that should be advantage us out here with Cam out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
No matter what.
Yeah. Just get downhill and take your chances there.
And so Shep probably should have been in the corner there. It's just that's just a killer.
Well, in 11
so
seconds.
Obviously, from my point of view, this is not what you want at the end of the game. You got to get a shot up. There's no
Sure.
turning the ball over here. And whatever I called or didn't call here was on me because it was not pretty.
When I think one thing for us, we have a couple of things. I don't know why we're out so far. I mean, again, we have a lead. So
Yeah.
for us to space the floor as much as we are defensively, geez,
Right.
we're dodging the bullet there.
Yeah.
The other thing we have for us too is we're a big. If anybody throws a bounce pass on you, that you have free reign to gamble, because we feel like we can get a tip or a deflection on any of those. And in that case, that was kind of Reagan's cue. Okay, I can go get this.
Well, and it's interesting. If Shep's in the corner there, then Regan's got to make that decision.
Yeah, oh, totally. Yep.
Instead of being right where she needs. Now she can do both.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Now, did you have a timeout left out of the last timeout, or was that your last one?
I don't know. I usually end the game with timeouts.
Yeah. I think I exhaust mine more times than not.
I just like it for games like this in the fourth quarter. I always save them. Then I go to the locker room with 3 of them or 2 of them or something.
Right. Sure.
My assistants are always on me.
Oh, you did have one.
Yeah. I don't know, not much to do here except for a desperation heave.
Yeah. And at this stage, I feel like for us, if we're in a game like this, we don't have the home run, that kind of stuff installed yet. Things that you might have worked on for a couple different reasons. Well, awesome. That's really good stuff. I love to kind of pick brains and be able to kind of sift through that. And that obviously was probably way too long, but really, really good to go through, respectively in late game. And as you've said a couple of times, you guys learned so much from that particular game for
sure.
For what, you guys needed for the season and so on and so forth. What was the biggest thing that you maybe took out of that?
Well, rebounding, just to go on that real quick, that was the thing. We knew all season that's going to be an issue for us. We really have to make an effort. And again, if you're going to go deep in the state, you're going to run into bigs, and you got to be able to deal with it.
Sure.
So I think we really realized it killed us that game when we had done such a good job on Seattle Prep the second week. I think we talked about this earlier, is the late game possession stuff. When you have a lead, for me, that was a huge takeaway for this game. We have to manage this game late. And, some of that's on me. That's not just on them. That's us together saying, okay, look, we got a 10-point lead, 4 minutes to go. We got to win this game. There's just, so it's like getting out of the pressure, not letting Regan get 3, get loose in the – I don't think we did a really good job of recognizing her late in the game, which is a mistake, obviously. she's one of those kids you just have to find them. Like, and that's partly on me. I should be Joe. You're on her. Wherever Regan's on the floor, you just be with her. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Right.
I think it's probably more of a game management thing.
Sure.
For us, which is really good because that's going to help you down the road. And kids start, and I felt like we shot 42 threes, made 9.
Yep.
I feel like that game, that's a game we could hit 15 of them. We got good looks. We just didn't.
Yep.
It was just a couple of those possessions and turnovers in that real mix when we got the lead that were killers for us.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, as we talked about a couple of times, as coaches, we haven't gone through enough of that stuff in week 3 of our seasons at that stage. Much of it's conditioning and putting your stuff in, and we haven't had time to really break down into situation sort of things, for the sake of when you go through for the first time and, having that. And again, you can also simulate that in practice, and you're not going to get nearly what you're going to get out of, obviously going through it in the course of a game and so on and so forth. And there was a lot of things that we talked about as well, just in terms of, and both ways, not just necessarily for us and where we could be better, but let's put ourselves in Arlington's shoes there, in the fourth quarter. Let's actually live and learn from this here too. Yeah. Things can get flipped and what have you. And in fact, it did against Eastlake the first time. Gosh, we were down a ton, and then, found a way to figure it out and so on and so forth. And then we had a lead and had somebody come, so much to really draw from it, but really, really good stuff.
Yeah, no, and we were the same way. It's like, first of all, that's why you never give up.
Yep.
Lake Stevens easily could have folded their tent down 10 with a crowd cheering and us making a run.
Yep.
They didn't, which is a great lesson for us too. We got to learn how to put a team away like that, the good teams and, good players. And, you also know on the other side of that, we're not out of a game. 10 points, 4 minutes to go. The game is not over. And,
for sure.
Sometimes kids need to be reminded of that. They get a little too comfortable sometimes.
Yeah. No, I love it. No, and especially with the way you guys shoot it and the number of threes, you always got to feel like you're in it. It just takes a little hot run and you're in there. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, I know this probably went too long, but if people are interested and kind of wanted to get into and dig into some of these kind of close game scenarios or situations, and for us to just be able to kind of walk through it and kind of get what we're thinking and so on and so forth is always a lot of fun. So I certainly appreciate your time, and looking forward to seeing you once again here this season.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.